guys and girls, Cherry here. Welcome to another episode of Game Plan Japan. Today we're looking at the Tokimeki Memorial series, and more precisely, Tokimeki Memorial First Kissed on PS2. Now I'm using this one because it's easier to film, but all the menus and everything are the same in almost every single one of the series, so it's easy to carry over. So if you want to get your hands on a copy of this game, which is amazing, you can get it on DS. It's region free. It'll even work on your 3DS. PSP, and also through the PSN network on the PSV. Alright, so first we have the menu. Now you've got game start, options, and then omake, which is like extras. So we're going to options first to look at that. So first it's going to ask you where you want to load your information from. Now because I'm on the PS2 currently, I just pick memory card slot 1. So it loads. Yes, load that one. Alright, and now we're into options. Now the first two options aren't really that important. It's all about the speed of your text and how fast it comes up. So that's pretty easy. I just leave it as the slow text because I like to practice my reading, but if you're impatient, you don't really care, pick the last one because it just skips it completely and just puts it straight on the screen. So that's the first two. Same thing, slow, medium, skip, just make the words appear straight on top. Alright, so then we go down to icons. Now icons are what you'll have in your main screen when you're playing the actual game, and you have A, B or C as modes. A is fine, it works good. Alright, now we can pick what we want as our little icon cursor thing. Now I picked the little pink flower because it's the smallest and it keeps out of my way while I'm doing stuff. But if you want to pick anything else, feel free to do so. And then we're going down to... this is the control. So again, that you have modes and speeds. I usually just stay away from this. Like, there's no need to change anything unless you're really getting upset about something, then you know you can go through it, but there's no real need to. So the next one we have our colors of our screens. Obviously red, green, blue. You can change your contrast however you feel. The EVS system is something that I'll explain later, which is amazing. And the option under that will actually let you change it back to default settings. So if you've changed anything and you're like, oh, I regret my life and I don't know what I've done, the arrow is actually the default setting. Now it'll let you save it, so all your savings are now saved. Your changes, yep, save. Now I've gone back in and changed it back to the pink flower because I cannot stand that stupid white thing. Alright, so we're gonna go down to the extras. So you have to load your game again because the extras are dependent on your save games. So we go, yes, load. Alright, the first option is album. So if you click on your album, it'll actually bring up all the pictures of the cutscene things you get when you're doing your dialogue. Now when you pick one, you actually have 3 options. If you press the circle button, it'll make it move how it did when you were actually playing the game. See, look, ooh, he's looking at me. If you press X, it'll go back. But if you actually go back into it and you press the triangle button, as you'll see me do, triangle, 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 go, triangle. The menu comes on and off, so you can actually take it off and then make him look at you. Oh, isn't that adorable? So that's the album section. Obviously I don't have it all yet on this save game. Now this part is the ending. Now this will load the EVS system that you've put in place, so you've got to pick what EVS system you're using. So it'll load in. This is in most of the Tokimeki Memorial games and it is amazing. But as I said, I'll explain that in a second. So once we load this, it'll give us all of the endings. So each boy has all the different endings, and then once you actually have them, you can pick it. On this save game, I don't have them at the moment, and then it'll play them again. Alright, the next one under this is mini games. Now throughout the game, you'll actually have mini games. So for example, that's a sports carnival, that's shopping, that's making chocolate for Valentine's Day, and you can practice them outside of the actual game. And this one here is just free talk. So once you actually get conversations that are saved as main parts of the story, they'll save there and you can go back and see them. But let's get into the real game. So now that we've gone through options and the extras, and we'll start a game. So we go to game start at the top. Now at the top here we have the menu. So that's load, that's copy, this one's clear, so get rid of your save games, and this one's new. Do we want to start one? Yes, so we go to the left. And we want to save it to memory card 1 because as I said, I'm still on the PlayStation 2 here. Alright, now this part is where you put in your names. Now I'm just going to skip this because there's no point watching me fumble around. Now remember, the first name you put in is your last name, the second one is your first name, and then the last one is what you want to be called when someone is friendly with you. So I've just put in Cherry, Cherry, yep, let's go. Alright, birthday. Remember, first one is month. So picking April, then pick your birthday, and then the last choice you have is your blood type, A, B, O, or AB. Alright, now you get to pick your room. So depending on which room you pick will depend on what stats you're strong in at the beginning. If you're really concerned about your stats, you can look up a walkthrough, but it's fine really, I just picked the one I like. Alright, so it'll ask you whether this is okay, you say yes, go no if you're not. Now this is the EVS system. Now it works the same as like when you put your name input, but you do it phonetically. See, what happens is in the game, the characters will actually say your name. So I'll put up a katakana and hiragana chart on my Facebook page so you can get that. So if you need to, see I'm putting in that my last name's first again, last name, second one is my first name, and the one is the one that I want to be called when we're friends. So I wrote Cherry-chan. And then we save that. Yes, we save our EVS system. Now you have to save it again. Don't worry, on the DS and PSP and PS Vita versions, this goes much faster. It's because I'm playing on the PS2 that it's taking a bit of a time. Saving. But yeah, so when you're actually talking to people, when you're not friends with them, they'll refer to you by your last name, but as you get closer to them and you start forming relationships, they'll start calling you by your first name and then onto your nickname. It's really adorable. Alright, so go back and then we start the game. Now I'm just going to skip most of the entrance because it's just all like blah blah, it's cutscenes, but I'll give you this one just because it's a bit adorable. Oh, isn't it cute? He just knocked me over and now he's offering to help me up. Alright, so this is the main screen. So the first one you've got is sleep, second study, that one's art. This one will be the club once I show you what comes in, that's friends. This one is like makeup and physical, this one's magazines and fashion, and this one is sport. Alright, so this one's getting dressed. The next one is computer, where you get emails and stuff. This one's calendar, this one's really good. This one's actually where you get your emails. The computer is websites. This is options to save and load, and then the EVS system again is to the right. So we'll just go into this one, so it'll show you you first always have emails. This is telling you that you can get a part-time job. Yay, a part-time job. I'm just like, don't care, I'll just be a bum. Alright, so this is the calendar. Now this is the most important. So here's my birthday, as you can see, and then we're going to move through and I'll tell you what all the little symbols mean because they're quite important and they can dictate what you're going to do. Alright, so here we go, we'll start here. This one, this symbol means it's a festival of some sort. Alright, these ones, tests. Tests. You get a week of tests and you actually get scored on each one. If you get top of the class and stuff, it does, however, make the teacher interested in you, but you also have to come first in the sports carnival. Alright, that one's a holiday, which is good. Then we'll go across. Alright, so this is second semester starts. So all the little bags are your semester startings. The hammers are actually like cultural club preparation for the festival. And then that one there is the actual cultural festival. So once you join a club, you'll have to do those. And yay, tests again! Just before we have a Christmas party, and of course followed by Christmas. These events are really good fun. And then we'll go into next year. So we've got the New Year's right at the top there. Oftentimes you'll go with friends, whoever you've made friends with. And that is third semester starting. Yay! We're back to school. Alright, now this is Valentine's Day, of course, 14th. However, remember, Japan, 14th girls give presents to boys, and then on White Day, which is that white heart, they give the chocolates back to us. And then of course we have more tests, because that's just what we want. And yay, there's my birthday again. Yay, we've done a year. So they're the important dates, and that's what you should sort of put your stats around depending on how well you want to do in things. Alright, so the red ones too are holidays, so if there's one in the middle of the day, it is a holiday in the middle of the week, and the others are Sundays. Saturdays are marked in blue. Yay, more tests. I'm excited. Alright, so here are the other options that you get. Now this is to enter the club. So once you hit this, you have 8 options, to join a club. So you have things like the sewing club, the baseball club, that's a sewing, that's band, that's cheerleading, that's basketball. So you pretty much just pick which one you want, but you have to make sure you go on club days, otherwise you get kicked out. So that one's to go out. This one is to actually see your brother. Now your brother, surprisingly, is a little bit of a pimp. It's a little bit weird considering he's a lot younger than you. Now his name is Tsukushi, but I call him Jeff because that's what my younger brother's called, and I think it's adorable. Now what you do is you can actually go see him on days and you can ask him questions. Now this one here is to know how everyone feels about you. So he'll bring up a chart and it'll actually tell you how everyone's feeling. So next to the names will be a little smiley face or something, and the chart's up the top. So it goes from like on the left to hate on the right. So that way you can gauge. So once you meet more people, their names will pop up there with their smiley faces. The next option you can do, if you go that one, the top one, will mean that you can ask another question. You can actually ask for specific information on a person, which is a bit creepy. In this situation, I'm going to ask about my teacher. And here my little brother is bringing up all his personal information just for my liking. So you've got his birthday, you've got what club he's in, you've got his height, you've just got his whole information. It's like your little brother's a pimp. All right, and the last one here is actually asking him to teach you about good dating spots. So that's also a bit awkward. Very awkward. All right, and then you just go out and he says ganbatte, which is like good luck on dating people. If you've got any questions, just leave me something or on my Facebook page and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Also, if you've got any games that you're curious to play but you don't have the means to sort of get around options and stuff, just leave me a post and I'll see if I can get onto it. See ya!